Top 10 Smartest People in History. Number 10. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher and scientist born in the city of Stagira, Chalkidis, on the northern periphery of classical Greece. Aristotle was an acknowledged genius in a variety of fields. He wrote some 200 treatises dealing with philosophy, logic, many categories of science and human relationships. His general philosophy relating to ethics and natural law formed the basis of much of what is now known as Western civilization. His teaching methods are still followed in many respects. He was the third in a line of three of the four most brilliant philosophers ever known: Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, Aquinas being the fourth. Number 9. Adolf Hitler was a German politician who was the leader of the Nazi Party, Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945, and Führer of Nazi Germany from 1934 to 1945. As dictator of Nazi Germany, he initiated World War II in Europe with the invasion of Poland in September 1939 and was a central figure of the Holocaust. This famous man is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, planners and executors of ideas in all of humanity. His speaking capabilities were moving, inspiring, and outstanding, and partly resulted in the mindset shift that was part of the creation of an economic and geopolitical world power in an extremely short time span. The other factor in creating this unimaginably strong and productive empire came from his abilities of organizing and creating industries and ideas that were absolutely ingenious and successful to his nation. Number 8. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist, best known for his contributions to evolutionary biology. His proposition that all species of life have descended from a common ancestor is now widely accepted and considered a fundamental concept in science. In a joint publication with Alfred Russel Wallace, he introduced his scientific theory that this branching pattern of evolution resulted from a process that he called natural selection, in which the struggle for existence has a similar effect to the artificial selection involved in selective breeding. Darwin has been described as one of the most influential figures in human history, and he was honored by burial in Westminster Abbey. His theory always fascinates me. It's so simplistic yet elegant complexity springs forth from it. Truly a creative discovery. It has been shown to be true many times and has enlightened us in amazing ways. Another inspiring figure. Number 7. Benjamin Franklin was an American polymath who was active as a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomat, printer, publisher, and political philosopher. Among the leading intellectuals of his time, Franklin was one of the founding fathers of the United States, a drafter and signer of the United States Declaration of Independence, and the first United States Postmaster General. Ben Franklin was a genius in many areas, not just one or two. Science, literature, politics, invention, people skills, and leadership are all areas in which he was the authority. He was not a genius for hire, he had principles and worked to change the things he deemed important. He changed the world. He invented the glass harmonica, a better postal system, the lightning rod. He helped create the U.S., and he was morally wise also. In his later life, he campaigned to abolish slavery. Next to George Washington, he may have been the greatest American of all time. Number 6. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking is admired by many, but not necessarily for the same reasons. Let's start off with what he was originally known for: his research in relativity in the late 1970s. Using the results of Einstein, he used sophisticated mathematical methods with Penrose to show that singularities are not mathematical artifacts, but in fact are real and generic. That is, black holes are real, and he concluded this well before the identification of Cygnus X1. In 1974, Hawking sent shockwaves throughout the physics world with his achievement that black holes radiate. The result provided mankind's first glimpse ever of uniting quantum theory with general relativity, which before this time seemed irreconcilable. It has also set the direction for theoretical physics ever since. Number 5. Galileo Galilei was an Italian astronomer, physicist, engineer, philosopher, and mathematician who played a major role in the scientific revolution during the Renaissance. The commonly first law of Newton, or law of inertia, was discovered by that guy about 100 years after Sir Isaac, and the second one too. He is also the creator of the standard scientific method we use nowadays. And what about his discoveries in the optic field? He invented not only the telescope, he discovered the laws beyond the lens. He was the first people that in life fought against the church and tried to show the evidence to the scientific society. This guy had a brain for astronomy. I'm a major astronomy fan, and every night when I go outside with my telescope, I thank him for inventing the telescope. Number 4. Leonardo da Vinci. He was centuries ahead of his time. Centuries, not decades. He is the first to research the mechanics of human anatomy, and the way he presented his knowledge of it wasn't possible for us until we got the technology several decades ago. He correctly theorized geographic time while everyone else still believed in the Great Flood. And not only was he a genius in science, but also in engineering and art. He is the definition of genius. Yes, Einstein was amazing, but remember, Da Vinci had none of the technology or schooling of modern times. All he had was an unquenchable curiosity for everything. This man's creative skills are insane, and in my opinion, creativity and intelligence are intimately intertwined. The amount of discoveries he made for his time period is something to be inspired by. Number 3. Isaac Newton was an English physicist and mathematician who is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time and a key figure in the scientific revolution. Knowledge is man's greatest treasure, and this man greatly expanded human knowledge and has paved the way for so many others, including so many side disciplines. Other geniuses such as Planck, Einstein, and Bohr have built their theories upon the foundation that Newton laid in centuries ago. It is unimaginable to think how much he's accomplished in the first quarter century of his life. Leonardo da Vinci is his close second. He is a pioneer of multiple fields that are used everywhere and perhaps form the basis for science and mathematics nowadays. Number 2. Nikola Tesla is an underrated and forgotten genius. Einstein was amazingly intelligent, but he was assisted by his very intelligent wife and an assistant. Nikola Tesla was a complete lone wolf. He had a great memory, amazing visualization, and was years ahead of his time. He invented the modern world as we know it with an amazing 700 patents. He was an amazingly open-minded mind. He, in my opinion, is the greatest genius ever. The greatest mind the world has ever seen. Was able to conduct electrical experiments nearly 2 centuries ago that scientists still have difficulty replicating today, and some of which have not been duplicated since his lifetime. Even more admirable than Tesla's unparalleled genius, however, was his empathy and concern for the betterment of human society as a whole, illustrated in his desire to give the world an unlimited supply of free electrical energy. Number 1. Albert Einstein was a German-born theoretical physicist, widely acknowledged to be one of the greatest and most influential physicists of all time. Einstein is best known for developing the theory of relativity, but he also made important contributions to the development of the theory of quantum mechanics. Relativity and quantum mechanics are together the 2 pillars of modern physics. His mass-energy equivalence formula E equals mg2, which arises from relativity theory, has been dubbed the world's most famous equation. His work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics, and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. His intellectual achievements and originality resulted in Einstein becoming synonymous with genius.
So guys, that's it for this video. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you for watching.